This is my April haul. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. Today I have a little haul for you because I was gifted a gift card by Yesstyle to spend on their website because I am affiliated with Yesstyle, in case you didn't know. If you use my code FLOWDREAM23, you can get 5% off of your order. And this is the only thing that I brought in the past month. There isn't any makeup, so I'll explain that at the start of the video as well. But I mainly got a new to me skincare brand. This is Mixsoon, and Mixsoon is a brand that I discovered through TikTok. Ghoul in Japan is the creator who I like following on there, and pretty much her entire skincare routine is this. And it's a brand I've never tried before, but I love me some K-beauty skincare. I actually stocked up on loads of my favorites, and then also new things to try at the end of 2025, if you remember that. So was I in need of any new skincare? Maybe not necessarily, but I did pick out products that I feel are in categories that I don't have too many of. Like, I got a lot of toners and essences at in that skincare haul, so I knew I was good there, so I wasn't gonna buy too many things. But I mainly got this set to try. I have a couple of trips coming up this year, and then I really enjoy trying minis, and this contains all of their hero products. So I was like, might as well, and then buy some other things from the brand. I initially just had this set on my to buy list from Yesstyle. I always keep a little wish list on there. And this, I was like, okay, that's gonna be perfect. But then I got the gift card and I was like, might as well spend it entirely on skincare this time. I got a full face of K-beauty and J-beauty and C-beauty makeup the last time I got this kind of gift card. And this time round, I just decided to spend it on skincare. Because if you haven't tried K-beauty skincare yet, I feel that Yesstyle not only has a really good selection on there, but they also stock loads of brands that I haven't tried yet. So they always have something new to try. And if you want true innovation in your skincare, then I do think K-beauty is really where it's at. I personally also love my French pharmacy brands. That's sort of what I used to use a lot more. But K-beauty is definitely an area where I'm like, I just want to try as much as I can to really figure out the things I love. And what better way to do that than to get a little mini set that I can use when I'm traveling, try all of their hero products. It contains the Bean Cleansing Oil, the Centella Cleansing Foam, the Centella Toner, the Bean Essence, and the Bean Cream. And this is their Pure Glow Essential Set. So that really sounded like something that I might like. All of the information on the boxes is mainly in Korean from what I can tell. But this, like everything that I know about this brand, goes with what I and my skin really love. It's very gentle. There's a lot of like centella in these products. The bean in the bean cream name is soybean, which I believe is also really good for your skin. I don't think I've tried too many soy-based products though. But everything that this brand does sounded like something my skin might like. And with K-beauty, when I first started discovering the makeup and the skincare from this completely new realm of like beauty products, you could say, I found a lot of it was geared more so towards oily skin, and I don't really need a lot of oil control. I want hydration. So the fact that they're really like promoting this like glass-like glowy skin, that's what I love, because my skin is as dry as the desert, especially in the winter time. We're coming into the better time of the year for my skin, so I'm really happy for that. Spring, summer is usually when my skin is a little bit better, and then once the heating turns on, I get like super parched. So my skin is like dry to dehydrated, so I'm always looking for things that can add hydration, that are gentle enough, because I do have quite sensitive and reactive skin. The minute I touch it, I go red. So anything that can calm down the redness and that's still moisturizing without clogging my pores and that like doesn't aggravate my skin is always like up on the to try pile. And within K-beauty, I can just really find those things now. And Mixsoon is one of those brands that every single description of every single product that I read on the Yesstyle website, I was like, right, that's going to be something I might like. But I did very carefully choose to make sure that it's something that I could potentially use in like the next year or two, because I had just gotten in so much new skincare at the end of 2025. So I didn't want to focus it on things that I knew I wasn't likely going to use. Hence the travel set, because I'm currently out of all of my minis. I used them all up during my trips last year, so it was time for a new mini set before anything else, really. So that's why I got this little set. Before we get to the full-size products, though, I do want to explain a little bit why there is no makeup in this video. Very often these videos are mostly makeup heavy, but I got quite a lot of makeup in at the end of 2025. It's when I travel to London, and when I travel to London, I do like to do a little bit of makeup shopping while I'm there. And I was like, you know what? If it's not for the channel, I'm not going to be buying any makeup for the foreseeable future. I have a trip planned to London at the end of this month, and that's where I'm going to do more of my like fun makeup spending. So I have been doing some hauls in the past couple of months, but most of the stuff you saw in those videos was either purchased for the channel or it was gifted to me in PR. And I wasn't really gifted anything in PR just yet. Maybe there is a bit of PR coming this month. I have no clue. And there isn't currently anything really that I needed for the channel. There are a couple of things that are sort of like waiting for me to chat about it. Like some of the things I've just ordered to be putting into reviews in May. And then also some things that MONOLITH has already sent me that I can't talk about yet because I don't know when it's going to be on their website. So there's definitely things going on behind the scenes, but I very deliberately decided to give all the makeup that I bought at the end of 2025 a proper chance, and to be testing those out in these months and not really adding anything new. So I kind of put myself onto a low buy, but also not really. Like if there's anything that I'm like, okay, I need to get this pronto because I want to test it out for the channel, then I have been buying those things. But I haven't really been too interested in too many of the new makeup releases that have been announced in recent months. But yeah, the order that I placed at the end of this month, so it's like coming, like I just placed the order like last weekend. So by the time you're watching this video, it may already be in, but it really depends. I got the Silver and Cold from Diveroon through MONOLITH. And I did get the Titanium Foxes Crying for Horses palette. I did a video in March talking about like my 3 rules for adding makeup to my makeup collection. And there I also shared my current wish list and what's on there. And if you saw that video, you know that quite a bit of the products that I actually have on my wish list, I don't think I'm going to be buying anytime soon. Most of the best deals nowadays in makeup and beauty, I feel, happen around Black Friday. So maybe I just want to save up a little bit of money and just buy a little bit more there. And then, you know, if I go on that London trip towards the end of this month, then of course I am going to be buying some things. But again, there isn't a whole lot on my wish list that I feel I need to get right now. I'm still really happy with the products I have. I just decluttered my makeup collection. So I'm really not like feeling that urge that a couple of years ago I had all the time to be buying new makeup constantly. I'm actually really happy where I'm at. So at the minute, I'm really just buying products to keep the channel running, really. And that's about it. So there's that. So let me get to the rest of the skincare. So like I said, it's all Mixsoon, and Mixsoon has some cleansers as well. They gave me the cleansing foam and the cleansing oil in a little set, but I wanted to try their cleansing water. So this sounded like it is more of like a micellar type of product, and that's what I like to use to cleanse my skin in the morning, and I tend to go through them really quickly. I actually picked up a new micellar water when I was in Paris, but that one is already halfway gone. And I did pick up another micellar water from Paris to try, but that one is also going to be gone by the end of this, like in the next couple of months or so. So this way I have a bit of a backup. This comes with 300 milliliters of product, so that's a decent size, but I believe the Bioderma micellar water that I'm currently using is 500 mils, so that's going to last me even longer. This they say to wet using a cotton pad and then just wipe it across the face and then rinse it with lukewarm water. So that's different. With a micellar water, you don't have to rinse it off. With this, they say you do need to do that, but I just thought this could be a quick morning cleanse, which is what I prefer. Let me see when there's any like what's in here. Yeah, the centella is actually pretty high up, so that's really good because it is called the Centella Cleansing Water. So that's the way I would like to use it. I think this is going to be a nice addition. And this is, again, one of those skincare brands that's very sort of ingredient forward, which I enjoy. This is a hyaluronic acid serum. It's the Glacier Water Hyaluronic Acid Serum. It just says to apply it evenly all over your face and neck. And that's really all it says. I love these kind of products as like a first step in my skincare routine in the morning to add hydration to my face. Because my skin is so dry and dehydrated, I just need whatever level of moisture I can get. And I have found that if I use like a moisturizer right after cleansing, my skin just eats it up within seconds. So I like having a little bit of a barrier there, and very often a hyaluronic acid is what really works for me. However, I have tried hyaluronic acid serums in the past that I didn't really like all that much. However, I just used up a massive bottle of the Good Molecules one. That's one I really liked. And I was like, this just gives me an option to try something else. And this just, it only has 4 ingredients. So I think that can be nice. So yeah, this is one of those products that I know I can get a lot of use out of. And this is massive because this is a serum, but it comes with 300 milliliters of product. So I know once I get round to this, it's going to be gone in a jiffy for sure. Then I got some of their serums and essences. I love trying these things again. Very often an essence or a serum is something that I also use in my nighttime skincare routine just to get a little bit more effectiveness out of it. I got their bean essence in the full size because it's such a hero product for them. Like, this is the thing you see everywhere, the bean essence. So that's why I would want to try this. It just says to, again, apply all over, and that's really it. The soybean fermented extract is the 4th ingredient on the list, after water, propanediol, and glycerin. And then there's also another, like, a punica granatum, so I think, like, pomegranate extract is in here, and there's a barley seed extract in here, and there's pear juice, ferment filtrate. But yeah, it's just a bunch of extracts and then that's it. There's no fragrance, nothing else in here. So that sounds like something I might really like. So because it's such a hero product for the brand, I wanted to try the full size as well. And then I have the mini for travel. That's a 20 mil actually of the mini, and the full size is 50 mil. So that's a decent size in the mini set as well. And then the soybean milk serum. That's something I'm really looking forward as well. This also comes with 50 mils. What does this say in the packaging? And again, it just says to apply all over the face and the neck. It doesn't say anything else too much about it. This does have a longer ingredient list, but one of the things that I see here that's really high up is niacinamide. And that is a skincare ingredient that my skin loves at night. This is not something I tend to use during the day, but niacinamide is one of those things that I'm like, yep, I'm gonna like that. So it's just something to try and see how my skin fares with it. Like I said, I have really good experience using K-Beauty. Nothing ever sets off my skin or like makes any sort of changes there. So I'm just thinking it's effective. And you need to know about me that I use up a full skincare product before I move on to the next. That's why everything is still in boxes, so that no light or air can really get to it. I'm going to keep this pristine in my skincare cupboard until it's time to use it. And then because my eye serum is running out, I got one of their eye serums, so I don't have to buy anything else. This is the PDRN Collagen Eye Serum. It comes in this like tube-like packaging. It just says to gently dab it around the eyes. Here I can't really, it does have niacinamide in, but it's not super high up on the ingredient list. So again, we can try it. Do you need a separate moisturizer for the eye area? Not necessarily, but I find that most of the moisturizers I like on my skin are too thick and heavy to be used around the eye area. So I like something that's a little bit more lightweight around the eye area, because if I use a moisturizer that is too thick and heavy, I get lots of milia around my eyes. I already have quite a bit of milia on my cheeks for that reason. But yeah, that's definitely something that happens there. In fact, I get milia on my cheeks from my pillow, I think, because I have more on this side of my face and I tend to sleep like this than on this side of my face, which is interesting. And then we just have some moisturizers. So I got, well, moisturizers and a sunscreen, because I like testing out K-Beauty sunscreens. I really, really love them. I tend to switch it up from time to time, but I'm currently using one of the ones that I saw when I was in Japan and that I ordered over the fall time by Rotho, I think the brand is called. But overall, I like these, but I do go through like SPF, like that's one of the skincare products I go through the quickest. So I cannot have enough SPF in the house is what I'm trying to say. Especially for some reason, K-Beauty SPFs. I also love the La Roche-Posay ones. Those last me really long. But the K-Beauty ones I've been testing out, I tend to go through really, really quickly. So, and I currently have, I don't think I have any more of the La Roche-Posay in stock at the second. All I have is J-Beauty and K-Beauty brands. And because I have a history of going through those quicker, I thought it would be good to have a backup. This is the Centella sunscreen. And like I said, I know K-Beauty can do good sunscreen. And it says that this is the last step of your skincare routine, which is how I use it. I tend to use quite a bit of sunscreen as well. I'm very fair-skinned. I don't want to burn. So having a good sunscreen is always a good thing. And yes, I also use it in the winter time. Don't be scared there. And then I got 2 of the bean cream, one in a pot, one in a tube. I don't really know what the difference is. This comes with 65 mils of product though, and this comes with 50. I tend to like things in a tube because it's a little bit more hygienic than sticking your finger into a pot. So I do like it. I think, yeah, this is just the exact same product. This doesn't have any sort of different ingredients in compared to the other one. It says here to use it as a last step of the skincare routine. Spread evenly and pat lightly to absorb. That's what it's saying. And this, I got the tube because I think this can be nice to take with me if I'm like traveling and stuff. This is a little easier to carry than this. This is also a lot more lightweight, even though it comes with more product than this one is. This is really heavy. So this is for at-home use. This one is for travel. That's the way it worked in my brain when I placed the order. I was like, it's like I'm always struggling, like what moisturizer will I bring? Because they always come in jars or it's just not easy to use. And I'm like, this way, and I think this can actually be nice for me for both the morning and the nighttime, because sometimes I do change up my moisturizer for the daytime and for the nighttime, because at night I like something that's a little bit richer so that it really has time to sink into my skin. And then in the morning, because I do my makeup in the morning as well, I like something a little bit more lightweight. It's rare for me to find a moisturizer that I feel I can use both morning and nighttime and it not mess up my makeup. So this one I have I have high hopes for that it can also work under makeup, but that it is going to be nourishing enough for me at the nighttime to get the hydration and the moisturization that my dry skin needs. So these are the 2 bean creams that I got. And like I said, I do use moisturizer, like moisturizer and SPF are the things I use up the quickest. Because I just do. So yeah, those are all the products that I picked up. Thanks so much for watching this video here today. I know it wasn't a lot of products, but I'm really happy that Yesstyle gave me the gift card and I could get my hands on these products for you. I will be reporting back on how the travel set goes when I talk about some of those trips that I've planned this year. And then there's just going to be a lot of fun. I just know it. So yeah, maybe I think next month I'll have some more makeup again for you. But this is just a brand I wanted to try. And so thanks so much to Yesstyle for giving me that gift card. That's really helpful. If you want to get 5% off your order, then you can use my code, which is FlowDream23. It's always in the description box down below under every video. So if you ever go looking for it, it's always there. And yeah, I'm really happy that this way I get to try some more K-Beauty skincare again. So thanks so much for being here. Thumbs it up. Check back for my other videos because I do post 4 times a week on this channel. And if you don't know yet, I do have a second channel which is called Floating in Books, where I post all about books, lifestyle, vloggy things. Like if you want to see me use the skincare on my trips, then go check out the vlogs on the other channel because I am going to be vlogging my trips that I'm doing this year. So if you want to see this skincare in action, then you know you can check it out there. So that link is also in the description, the box down below. And that's where you can also find other links to other social media that I have. So if you want to follow me whenever, then you can. So thanks so much for being here, and then I hope to see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.